Art is a skill acquired by experience, study, or observation, conveyed to a particular medium by an artist. Today we'll speak to a few very talented artists who will tell us about their particular art on Culturally Speaking.
What do I consider art? Art can be basically anything, any type of self-expression, from music to dance to anything, any type of self-expression.
Yeah, basically art. What I consider art, anything that's felt from within, that's conveyed to other people, other minds, from what was within self. That's what I consider art.
Basically, our creativity comes from within. I mean, we experiment a lot as far as different styles, techniques, and everything. It can range from anything, basically.
Like I said, things that evolve from within. You can be creative even in your dreams and wake up and feel this surge of energy that you just got to get this out of you. Creativity is, you could be walking down the street and it creates an energy that you either know what to do with or you just keep it inside. And we choose to vent this through our art and putting it on canvas or framing it and showing other people.
A lot of times our creativity could be accidents. I mean, something that, we think we messed up on and it just happens to what they call a happy accident.
I think certainly as far as violence influence in our creativity or our work, we're in the environment, so whatever environment you're in, you're going to feel some kind of vibrations from that. So I would say, to some extent it does, but you don't necessarily, to be creative, you could be locked in a room for 5 years and still be creative without any influence from outside sources. So to some extent I would say, what goes around in the environment would have an influence on your creativity, your art.
I think it plays a very important role. I mean, just in your everyday society, things around you, like Dr. King's birthday celebrations, things like that. Lack of a lot of black political leaders or stuff like that will, or the lack of the history of leaders that black people aren't taught in school, that can influence us to be creative, do portraits and things like that of those people so that they will be remembered. As far as coming up with ideas, I mean, as far as some of my pieces that I titled Dreams of Jazz, I got that from just listening to jazz music. The music itself inspired me to do the art itself. And it was just, the music was inspirational. The ideas that we come up with, the ideas that I come up with my pieces by either I read a lot, and sometimes I'll read excerpt from Frederick Douglass or Dr. Martin Luther King or from Malcolm X, and it'll be so strong.
within me that I'll put whatever was said there and I'll capture it, or how I feel that they might have said it right then and there at that moment. And that's how I get my ideas. And then it depends. It depends. Sometimes I get them. I mean, just like with Jimi Hendrix, I felt that instead of him, you know, just displaying him playing the guitar, I'm going to do a whole series on him eventually. But for right now, I just wanted to see him in a serene type of way because he was so fiery with his instrument. But you know, I wanted to show a different side of him. So it depends.
Well, there's a red house over yonder. That's where my baby stays. Lord, there's a red house over yonder. Lord, that's where my baby stays. I ain't been home to see my baby and 99 and 1/2 days.
As far as the need for black artists in Topeka, I think that, or black art, I mean, I think there's definitely, if not Topeka, there is a need for black art. I mean, that's part of our history, and you know that capture. I mean, it's just history. I mean, captured, you know, in photos, portraits, or anything like that. I mean, it plays a major role. I think it does.
I believe in Topeka there should be more black artists. When you, not necessarily black artists doing quote black art, but just artists, period, you know, as far as, you know, it doesn't have to be a portrait of a black person. It could be abstract or whatever, what have you. But I do believe that there is a limited number of black artists in Topeka, yes.
As far as family setting goes, I mean, it plays a role. I mean, my parents have always encouraged, you know, me to draw and things like that. I've been drawing for a long time, you know, and they think it's good that I, you know, express myself that way. I stay out of trouble that way, you know. So yeah, it plays a real good role.
I believe so. As far as relationships and love goes, it's important to get that encouragement. I mean, it's you know, it's moving you in that direction. I mean, it's good to be going in that direction, but you get that extra boost when someone says, "Oh, I really believe in what you're doing, and I'm behind you," and I'll give you some money. And you know, so to have that, you know, the love and the relationships, family members around you, it's very big, especially in the black community. You know.
We've known each other for 3 years now, and was it 3 years? About 3 years, and wow. I mean, as far as how we met, it's kind of, you know, how we found out that we were both artists is kind of weird. I mean, it's just that, you know, one day I was sketching and stuff like that, and you know, I showed him what I can do, and he brought his stuff and showed me what he can do, and it's like, wow, man, you know, I see some of his stuff, and it's like outrageous. And I mean, I can't even begin to, you know, copy it or attempt to do anything like that.
Yeah, we met 3 years ago, like you said, and it's like, you know, when artists meet, it's that fiery, you know, feeling that, wow, you know, this guy creates, you know, and I create, and we're just, you know, we're two artists, and it's a higher elevation because of the fact that we both can create, because you amaze yourself with what you can create, but also at the same time, here's another person that shares the same thing that you do.
It's like
it's
like a level that you're always trying to achieve, or you know, try to get your work up to par as far as their work is, trying to meet that same, try to get to that same level. But you know,
it's a learning experience, and it's competition. It's good competition.
It's fun
because you're getting better. And I mean, the next piece I do, I know it's going to be just that
a level higher, right, man. It's a step level, a level higher.
The first piece of advice that I would give to a young person aspiring in art would be, I'm not going to lie and say that art can be taught in a classroom, and I'm not going to lie and say you can sit down and art is something that you have to work at, and if you really want to get into art, you have to cultivate some skills, or you have to have some skills instilled within you, and build upon that by practicing techniques. And education is a big role. And as far as, you know, you have to get into the education, especially in art.
It's like as far as I mean, a young artist. I mean, as being an artist myself, I know it's not something that I was necessarily taught. It's something that I was blessed with. It's a talent that I was blessed with, and I feel that, I mean, once you recognize that you are blessed with that talent, you know, you have to use it or lose it, basically. So I suggest to any young artist, black, white, it doesn't make a difference to use your talents, you know. And
right.
and as far as education is very important, not necessarily with the you know, the techniques and everything, but as far as art history, that's important also.
Right. Well, I meet so many artists that sit back and they say, well, I haven't touched a paintbrush in 5 years, but they can go back tomorrow and get back in, and they're a little rusty, but they've got it, you know, they've got that inside of them. So I mean, you know, they basically using what you've already taught yourself and what you've already been taught through school and hard work. So I mean, even after 5, 10 years, if you decide that you really want an art career, you go ahead and do it.
We do have a studio here downtown called AngryHouze Sketch, which, you know, it's just our personal studio, basically. But anybody's welcome to come down and, you know, check out the work that we do have, and feel free to purchase it. And at what is it, 629 Quincy.